How you been, man?
Yeah, good. Real good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is grand.
I'm excited to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, no, all sorts have been going on, mate. A lot of personal growth. Yeah, family's good. I'm in a good place.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have anything in particular that you attribute that to? Lots of.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, I was just
Like
gonna
it
say,
really
lots of time.
has. So it's all time is a big part, but like it has. I think accelerated in the last sort of 8 months, and I think that's going to church. Like it's been.
Yeah.
It's
That's awesome, man.
yeah, it is awesome. I
What in particular about going to church do you think? Can you narrow it down, or is it?
I can't yet. I've found that the people that like, you know the old saying, you are the sum of the people that you hang around
100%.
with.
Yeah.
I believe that, and the people that I've met at church have been amazing. They're all trying to be good people. Like some of them have struggled in their lives, and they're completely open about their struggles and their backgrounds and the things that they're dealing with. But they are there to try and be a better person and follow in Jesus' teachings, which is, if you break that down, what he was trying to do, I think is a really good message.
Yeah.
I've struggled with religion in the past, thinking it's quite hypocritical and man-driven, which I think a lot of times it is. Because,
Agree.
but what I've found, the community that I've found has been awesome.
That's cool. So, the church you're going to, you found a really good community
Yep.
of people who are like you, trying to live better,
Yep.
be better people, be better men.
Yep.
And yes, of course. I mean, if you follow the teachings of Jesus, there's nothing really can't go too far wrong, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, like, some of the biggest things that I've found is forgiveness.
Right.
Yep.
Good call.
So
Okay.
that was one of Jesus's biggest teachings, and
You know what I'm going to ask you?
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
you go for it.
where are
Ask
you?
it.
Where have you needed to be forgiving?
Lots of places.
Yeah.
Myself, my history, my background.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before,
Yeah.
and I knew that this conversation was going to involve some of that, so we may as well kick off there.
Wow, that's where we're going. Awesome. It's kind of where we left off.
Yeah, yeah, it was. So mum and dad got together when mum was 20. She had me, and
It's young, huh? Well, young by today's standards.
yeah, and dad was 2 years older, so 22, and he was a bushman, so he was in the bush all the time. So he'd be in the bush during the week, get home, go to the pub Friday night, go hunting Saturday morning, go play rugby in the afternoon, be at the pub, Sunday be hungover or go hunting, and then go back to the bush. So mum was very lonely with 2 young kids.
So for him, having kids, nothing changed.
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
And he was a chronic alcoholic. That didn't stop.
It's actually scary how often I've heard the alcohol thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then she met my stepdad, and so mum and dad split up, and my stepdad came on the scene, and he was young himself. So I think mum would have been like 25 at that time, and he was like 18. So now here is this 18-year-old taking on a 5-year-old.
Right.
And so this is how I'm viewing it now, today. In the past, I have held a lot of hate and resentment. I wanted revenge. But today is different, and we'll get to why that is.
Cool.
But to me, he wasn't kind. I suffered, in my opinion, psychological and physical abuse.
Yep.
He would hit me. He would throw things
Right.
at me. Yeah, I was scared. I was a scared child constantly.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
So
it
stress
turned,
hormones running
yep.
crazy.
And it turns out like he was bipolar, and he had his own demons he was dealing with. But yeah, that's how it affected me. So I still have a internal trigger when I hear an old Land Cruiser diesel. Like that
Far out.
reminds me of like being home and hearing him get home and then being like afraid.
So the stress response to the sound of a Land Cruiser.
Yep.
And bang, man.
Yep. Yeah, so it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I am now, and this has only been in the last couple of weeks, like I hold love for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last week, a long time ago, we talked about this, and that's a massive change from then to now.
Yeah, it really is.
It's huge. Tell me more, man. Tell me more about that journey and everything related to that, because that's huge to be able to forgive.
Yeah, so like I feel I've forgiven him a while ago. Like I've accepted, and I was like, oh, look, I learnt lessons and I'm better for it now. He took his own life 15, 20 years ago, something like that. I can't remember exactly. And
Sometimes that takes away closure.
yeah, that's my
feels like it
my
does.
revenge.
Yeah,
like
right.
that's where like I was like, oh, I wanted
You
to
stole
get,
that from me
yep,
too.
Yep.
Man.
Sorry, where were we going with that? So
The forgiveness, the path to heal, the
yeah,
path
so
to
I
love,
felt like I
actually.
had forgiven him. At his funeral, I got up and said something. I said, look, well, there were good times and some bad times.
Wow.
But I will treasure both because I have learned a lot from that, and I've become the man that I am. And that was a very long time ago, and I had done some growth to that point, but it's expanded dramatically since then. And there's steps to forgiveness, right? Like there's always layers to it.
Sure.
And I don't feel like I had truly forgiven him. And I think without turning that forgiveness into love, it's never really closing that. It's not fixing that wound or for lack of a better term.
So which comes first, forgiveness, love, or they kind of work together?
No, forgiveness. Like
Yeah.
I do, like I did forgive him. Like I go, yeah, look, you didn't know any better. You were dealing with your own demons. You were bipolar. Like that wasn't diagnosed. Like it wasn't your fault. But I still hate you for it.
Oh, understandable.
But yeah, going to church and then my beautiful wife helps talk me through a lot of these things. Realized that I need to love him for those lessons that he taught me. To close that circle, because he taught me so many things, like how not to be a dad, how not to do, treat your wife and your family, how, as well as the good things. Like he taught me how to hunt. He taught me how to, like I'm an engineer. Like that came from learning with him. I was scared at the time, but I still took on a lot of stuff. And it was his birthday about a week ago, and so my little sister, who was his daughter, she always posts, miss you dad, love you dad, daddy's little girl. And that used to trigger me. I used to. But for the first time, I think in however long, I commented happy birthday on her post, and I looked at the pictures that she posted, and I genuinely felt and projected love. towards them.
That's awesome,
For that.
man. That's
Yeah,
huge.
and it was. It made a really big difference, and it lifted a weight from me.
So your hatred and whatever was left there was a burden on you,
Yep.
and you slowly are able to lift that off. And you attribute that to forgiveness and church as well?
Yeah.
Or,
Well, yeah. Well, the church talked about forgiveness, so they every time I go to church, I feel like they're talking to me. So the pastor at the church is amazing, and he has such a great way of expressing the lessons in Scripture. My previous experience was some old man standing up the front of the church, literally reading from the Bible.
And judging, or just standing reading from the Bible?
I didn't feel any judgment, but it was just like it didn't feel authentic.
Yep,
It didn't
good
feel
word.
Christ-like. Like it didn't feel connected at all.
Yep.
Whereas where we are now, it 100% is.
That's awesome.
Like, it's a totally different feeling, something that I haven't experienced before, and I am informed that that is the Holy Spirit, which is pretty cool. It is. I can't explain it. It is something very different. Yeah.
And as like do you experience that as just an emotion, or as an energy, or as a force, or how do you?
Yeah, all of it. Like
Yeah.
it's an emotion.
Yeah.
There is a feeling, like
Yeah.
it's a deep within me
Yeah.
feeling, like an energy.
Yeah.
Like it's powerful.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yep. No, that's really awesome.
It is, and like I still
Transformative.
like as the words are coming out of my mouth, I'm like I can't believe that this is
Yeah.
me saying this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, even from when we first met to now, that's you were just starting, I think, or looking for a church at
Yep.
the time, early on. And how long ago was that? Was that a couple of years now? Was that how long was that?
I think it was around 8 or 9 months ago we started looking for a
Right.
church, but like I bought a Bible probably 3 or 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and started looking into things. Always just curious. Yeah, I've always believed in like a higher power. Like always believed that like there's a creator, the
Yeah.
universe, something, Mother Nature, whatever. But yeah.
I think ultimately everybody does, even though some people claim there's no God as such. They still believe in a creator because there was a Big Bang.
Yeah.
If they believe the Big Bang, so ultimately we all believe there's something eternal about us, as much as our brain would try and tell us otherwise. I think inside we know that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do. I fundamentally believe in the teachings of Jesus and
Yeah.
the way that he wanted people to live.
What's the problem with believing that? Like, what's the negative? What's the downside? Like,
I don't.
if you believe the teachings of Jesus, there was no, like, I know people get religious and they add things in,
Yep.
but if those things aren't added in, then, and you just listen to the teachings and try to live the teachings.
Yep. Yep. That's where I am.
And then, so beyond living the teachings, you're experiencing something else.
Yep.
That's more than just words. You're experiencing the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
And that's transforming, helping you transform.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. It really is. And like, there's been, again, going back to the summer people that you're hanging out with, there's other people who in my life who aren't religious,
Yeah.
who are also contributing to that, like helping me be a better dad. I'm not sure if we spoke about Pat Barber
Yes.
last time we were on, but like,
Maybe not on the thing, no.
but like I did a challenge with him that involved adding things or cutting things out of your life, and that was significant. That made a huge part. Like I now get up at 5 a.m. An hour before the family wakes up, and I have some time to myself. and I'm like no technology. So I'm reading. Sometimes that's the Bible. Sometimes that's another like book. And that is like, I love it. It's very quiet time that helps me. And yeah,
That time, what do you think that time does for you as a dad and as a human, as a person working life?
I don't know what it does, to be honest. I know I enjoy it,
Yeah.
and I know it's like me time, where it is just me and my thoughts, and I will pray, I will meditate, I do breath work. It sets me up for the day, because then at 6 I go wake the kids up and make them breakfast, and it's like I'm happy to start the day.
You're already ahead of the game, as it were.
Yep.
You're up and ready, and yeah, it's amazing. I try to do something similar, more like 5:30, and when I do, my day's better.
Yep.
And if I don't, my day can be harder. Like, I can get away with it for a few days, but if I miss 4 or 5 days in a row, then it really makes a difference.
Yep.
I notice it.
So the weekends I don't do it.
Yep. So yep.
But
Rest time.
Every day. Like now I'm waking up at 5 to 5.
It just happens, eh?
Yep.
You adjust.
Yep.
I guess. What time do you go to bed?
I try to go to bed at 9 and be asleep by 9:30.
Yeah, that makes it work. It's otherwise really tough.
Yeah. So I'll go to bed, I journal, and then I'll read.
Cool. So actually, I want to let's look at that, because bedtime routine. You don't have any devices on when you're
No. So
for an hour or
digital
so.
sunrise and sunset.
Yeah.
I've also got a blocker on my phone
Yeah.
for social media, so I get it opens itself up.
Yeah.
6 till 6:30, and then 4 to 4:30 it'll open itself up. I can get to it if I need to, but I have to go through a whole bunch of processes.
Makes it hard.
Real hard. Like it's a pain in the bum.
Is that an app?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It's called Unblock or something like that.
Sounds quite useful, because it's easy to get trapped. I mean, I notice I walk past my phone and I look at it, and I touch it and grab it. It's like, why am I doing this? It's just like a...
Yeah, but that's stopped.
Yeah.
That's stopped for me.
Cool.
It's really good, because again, if you unblock it, 5 minutes, it shuts
Yeah,
itself
brilliant.
off again, so you can't get stuck.
Yeah.
Can't get stuck scrolling. So no technology before 6. So from 5 to 6, I am like no phone or computer. Then at night time, I try not to have it around the kids. Like it's put away. I often do work at night time, so
It's always a tough one.
So I use I try to use social media on the computer in my office rather than.
That's good, because it removes it, separates it. So there's been lots of research around this, the blue light, the stimulation, all of those things. I don't know if anyone's really nailed it down to exactly what it is, but they know if we cut it out, it's way better for your sleep.
100%, and that's for adults.
Yeah.
Like what it's doing to kids, mate, is
Turning brains to mush.
yeah, it really is. I saw something the other day. It is physically turning off people's kids' brains.
Wow, turning them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen there's a few bit of information starting to come out now. I feel sorry for the generation that they've had to find this out on.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like Jonah's, he's 15 in a week, and he's got a flip phone. Like he needs a phone because he's on the bus, and he it's more comfortable for us to know that he is in contact. But it's a flip phone.
Yeah.
And he gets $20 worth of messages every 2 months, and he's okay with it because we talk to him and educate him around the dangers of it, and he's good.
That's quite cool, man. That whole limited. He's going to be very careful about what messages he sends.
Yep.
If he's only got $20 worth to send each month. I don't know how much they cost to text these days.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So he'll be very considerate. Man, I've talked to a couple of parents now who just talk about their daughters in particular. I don't know, I haven't not talked to ones of sons. No social media, no phones, and then suddenly they get them and just, outrageous.
Yep.
Depression,
Yep.
anxiety,
Yep.
feral,
Yep.
attention spans, just, I think we grew up in a time when social media was developing and it was, you grew with it, but even then you became, you could get addicted to it. But it seemed like it served a purpose then. Now it just seems like it's an entertainment thing.
Yeah.
It's death scrolling. You go down the rabbit holes. Yeah, I feel sorry for the kids, man. I don't know the answer there. I wonder what the answer is. I think, like you've talked about that flip phone. I think that's probably the only option, really.
I think, yeah, I do too. The flip phone
Yeah.
works very well. They come up with dumb phones and stuff like that don't have the social media apps and things like that on them. I think it's a parent's responsibility to keep their kids safe. Too often, I think it's easy for the parents to shut their kids up by giving them a phone or an iPad.
God, I know there's been times when our kids have just been pushing buttons left, right, and centre. I'd be like, it'd be so nice just to chuck them on the screen right now and have 20 minutes of peace and quiet.
We do that,
Yeah.
but it's a audiobook.
Yes. Well, we do the audiobook.
Yep.
But that is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still ways,
Yeah.
but that isn't doom scrolling and that fast messaging and all of that. Like there's still definitely things you can do using the technology. And we weren't always like that. Like we've learnt that and taken, like I think everybody knows that phones are dangerous for kids. I do think that, but I think there's parents that think it's too hard to get to that point now. And it is hard. Like
hard.
I think with our kids, we used to sit them in front of the TV and have Coco Melon and things on, and like that was the go-to. I need to get this done, put the TV on, and then they're staring at it. It was like 2 months before the kids got reset, rebalanced, and weren't asking for the TV. And it wasn't an easy 2 months.
No, we made the mistake. I think we were in Brazil, and the people we stayed with most of the time, the grandparents and aunties, the TV's always on.
Yep.
And this habit developed, and we never quite got it completely kicked, but it's definitely reduced. It's hard because then it becomes like a treat, and I don't want it to be a treat.
Yep.
I'm always asking for it. So the audiobooks, I sometimes get a bit annoyed with the audiobooks because I get nagged for an audiobook as well. Have you got a system in place that works to avoid the nagging, or is it just
Nah.
it's just a
But,
mitigating?
like I think our kids are pretty good. Like when we say no.
Say no, it's no. Yeah, and that's something I think the kids test us on, and then they're good for a while, and then they try it again.
Well, and that's their job.
Yeah.
Like that is 100% the kid's job.
Yeah.
Like I don't
by
blame the
boundaries.
kids because our kids do that too.
Yeah.
Like they'll go, and then go, I'm going to go ask mum.
Oh my
Go,
God, get played off against each
Yeah.
other.
But I love it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
Like,
It's clever,
good
right?
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is. I love it.
Yeah.
Their brains are working and they're developing the way they're supposed to. They're testing the boundaries, seeing how far things can be pushed. It's
Yeah.
great.
That is actually something I notice with, look, I'm going to assume, with the less technology that they're on, like when they're not, they get bored.
Yep.
And I was like, great, you're bored. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's good. I'm bored. Good.
Awesome. Like, but I don't know what to do. What do I do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And they end up coming up with these amazing games and things. And God, the other day they were outside. They had some music on. They were roller skating around, and it was just like, this is awesome. They're just creating these little imaginary worlds, and that's what a kid should be doing.
Yeah, our kids draw. Like Jonah,
Yeah.
Jonah is an amazing artist, which he wouldn't, I don't think, have got into
Yep.
if we hadn't have turned the TV off.
And how? I mean, you can tell me, how good is Ward off for teaching them to draw?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. And that's like the Waldorf philosophy, right? So we send our kids there because the philosophy is no technology.
Yep.
Like they still have a blackboard, and the teachers are doing art on the blackboards, and the way they write and the way they teach is all old school. That reminds me of the little country schools that I went to growing up.
Yep.
And I enjoyed that education, and I want that for my kids because they are using their brains, they're using their imaginations, and that's what the device takes away. They don't have to use their brain or their imagination because it is being filled with that.
And I wonder what the long-term consequences of not developing that part of your brain when you're young is. Yeah.
Yep. I don't think it's good.
No, and that's when I look at it and go, you know what, I'm actually trying to protect my children.
It's your job as a parent. Like you had, like for me, I had kids to raise kids, like to have a family and to raise good humans. Like handing that responsibility over to a device it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting statement because we're the same. We're conscious about having kids and what we wanted to do when we had kids. It wasn't to fulfill any need. We were quite content. Now that we've got kids, we realise we weren't really content, but we thought we were.
Yeah.
And we probably would have been happy being ignorant all that time and thinking we knew better. But just consciously decided, so we put a lot of effort into researching different ways of parenting, looking at parents we respected. What do they do? What are they? And different education systems and medical interventions, everything. Looked at it all consciously.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's what you're meant to do, right? Ideal world, that's what you do as a parent. I feel some people fall into it and then it's like, what do you do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the goal is, right, to raise awareness. Like that's, again, Dad Venture Crew is to try and raise awareness of how to be a dad, and be conscious of the way that you're parenting and change the things that, about yourself that potentially you don't like or your kids don't like. Be involved. Like that's the goal.
Yeah.
To help raise that consciousness of the world.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Because I think the only way it can be done.
That's all you can do, right? It's so easy to look at other things, but all you can really do is yourself.
Yep.
Work on me. And actually, that's an interesting little segue. When you work on yourself, your work you've done on yourself, I'll ask you, how have you found that affected those around you and your family? Have you noticed any significant changes in your family? So... It's a bit of a random question.
Yeah, no, there's been both, I think. There's been members of my family, like extended family, who have not liked me growing. They wanted me to stay the old Joe.
Interesting, eh?
That got drunk on the weekend and, hung out and did silly things. Mm-hmm. Where others have...
Fun Joe?
Yeah. 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 Whereas others have seen where I'm going and ask questions and
embrace the change and actually quite like it?
Yeah, I think so. But again, it's for me, it's for my family. It's oh, look at that, mate.
Oh, a little bit overdone there. Hopefully the middle's better. How about your wife and your children? Like when you're more calm and you've had your morning time and, you've let go of some stuff, have you noticed any change? I mean, you might not have noticed, but have you noticed how does that affect anybody else?
I think over time it's affected the whole family. Like everybody's growing along. So when I grow, they grow. Because I'm talking about the lessons that I'm learning, and they, like Jonah in particular, like he goes, oh yeah, I see what you're doing, Dad. Like that's
the key though, is he sees what you're doing.
Yep.
Try, man.
Thank you. Yum. Yeah, life's a journey, and I think you got like I love learning. I love the process of learning and sucking at something to start with, and then working on it and getting better.
That's interesting. I find that very difficult. But when I do, I guess when I push through it, I find it way more rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
And like you said before, you become the sum of the people you hang around. So if you raise your consciousness and your way of living, it has to affect those around you, or they separate themselves from you inevitably.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like those family members, like I love those family members. Again, that's one of the forgiveness things. And I'm always open to them. But yeah, that's their choice. Like, I can't do anything about it.
It's interesting. It's interesting how people often want you to stay the same, or they want you to be. I'm speaking metaphoric. You. They hold you. They have a vision of you, and they want you to remain in that vision.
Yep.
I remember for ages, I had that feeling. I was like, man, I can't change around these people. I can't become the person I want to become in this environment. And so I completely removed myself. I went overseas and changed to a point where when I came back, those people weren't really in my life anymore. But when I did meet them, their view of me couldn't hold me back to what I was, because you could see them try to bring me back to what I was. And I was like, no, that's not me. But I didn't need to say that. I'd gone far enough that it couldn't go back. If that makes sense.
Yep, 100. Like that, when I joined the Navy, that's what happened. Like, I left school and I had a group of mates. I left for 3 months and became a sailor. And then when I came home,
You're a different person.
no, they. No.
Ah.
Yeah, no, it was. I was definitely different. Like, and
Yeah.
it wasn't the same at all. Like, it was completely different.
Did you only notice that once you came back?
No, they told us that would happen.
Yeah, they
Like,
let you know.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it is good.
Yeah, there's something to that. I do wonder sometimes if we shouldn't have, I don't know about compulsory, but it'd be good to have that kind of training for men in particular. To learn, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's missing from our lives.
But we don't do enough hard things, mate. Like,
Yeah.
like life's too easy. That again, going back to the dads group, like doing a hard thing, like once a month with the other dads. Like, I know, because the dads have told me, that they look forward to that because they have such a great feeling after doing a hard thing. Like, man, that was cool. Yeah, I can't wait for next month. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
I like doing hard things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good to push past your boundaries. Yeah. Test out yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's so nice in that group, in the Dad Venture group. There's a great supportive atmosphere, and you're all helping each other push further. Yeah. Last time I was talking with Hayden, and we just through the whole we were doing exercising together. Through the whole thing, we were talking about our lives.
Yep.
And what we've been dealing with that last month.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to be able to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I've alluded to this before too, is we don't, guys, generalizing, we don't tend to sit down just to talk.
No.
It's, we want to be doing something. Hence, a fire is good.
Yep.
Exercise is good. Going hunting is good. And that's when, all those things when you talk. Or you go for have a beer. It's probably the only time. Yep. That's why we probably go have beers. It's like an excuse to, you're still doing something. You
Yep.
still feel like you're, I don't know what it is, that need to, even what we're doing here, sitting across the table, is not natural necessarily for guys. You normally kind of
No,
you know
no.
what I mean?
I think girls are very, very good at it,
Yeah.
talking about their feelings. But yeah, it's yeah, is that a cultural like
Is
thing?
it universal?
Yeah, like boys don't talk about their feelings. Harden up, be a man.
It's definitely a New Zealand culture.
Hmm.
I would like to know if it's more spread elsewhere, and there are changes happening, but often that comes at the cost of manliness, maybe, for lack of a better word. Perhaps someone may be considered more effeminate if they are sharing their emotions or sharing their things in a different situation. I don't know.
Yeah, the saying that comes to mind there is to be a warrior in a garden, not a gardener in a war. You know, like I think you need to have, like a man has an inbuilt, I don't know, need, responsibility to be a man as a protector, provider of the family. Like I do believe that there are stereotypical gender roles.
I tend to agree, and I find it very difficult to disagree with that based on watching children be children.
Yep.
The difference between girls and boys is
Yep.
pretty clear 90% of the time,
Yep.
maybe more.
And again, 90%, like there are exceptions to the rules, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But like to, as a whole, I do think there's jobs that we have to do. Like there are, there's not many male nurses or female sewage treatment plant operators,
Female bricklayers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely it's like with Leona and I, we've agreed upon the roles that work most logically, and they're not necessarily gender based, but most of them are.
Yep.
And then some of them will be who's better at that job. Yeah, and you do tend to fall into those, and that's just makes sense.
Yep.
In many ways.
I think so. But it's not. Yeah, it's not the be end and be all and end all.
Mm.
Yep.
Awesome, man. So, church has been beneficial.
Yep.
Immensely.
Yep.
This getting up earlier, hour before. What's that guy's name again?
Pat Barber.
Pat Barber, doing his
The Fathers Guild.
the Father's Guild. He's on Instagram.
Yep.
Instagram
Yep.
for the Father's Guild. Where's he based?
He's in California.
California, and he's CrossFit originally, was he? Or
Yeah, that's how I met him.
met him. Yep.
So, yep, he was one of my first CrossFit coaches.
Yep.
Yeah, he met his wife Taz, who was, she went over for the games, and then he followed her here, and then they went back.
Funny.
Yeah, so they got 4 boys.
Nice.
They got a little plot of land up in the mountains.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's living the life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Cool.
What else, Matt?
I don't know. It's always more.
Yeah, there is.
So this weekend, Dad
Yeah,
Venture
the weekend
Camp.
away. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The last one was epic.
Yep.
This one's going to be epic too, no doubt.
Yeah, I have no set plans for it. Follow the same sort of profile. The only thing that is set in stone is a workout on Saturday and jump in the river. That's it. The rest
Gosh.
of it will make it.
How cold's that river going to be this time?
It's
man?
going to be
Bloody
freezing.
hell. Yeah, that's going to be cold.
Yeah.
No, it's so nice, man. It's nice to get the guys together, the dads together. It's because obviously it's you're extending that whole exercise thing to 1 or 2 days, depending on how long you stay, and the conversation will just go down different paths.
Yep. And that's what it did last time,
Yeah.
right? So again, we talked about politics, religion, aliens,
And we disagreed.
ghosts.
And no one got upset.
Yeah. How refreshing was that? Yeah.
It was good because otherwise, the echo chamber, you get stuck in, and you get, oh, that's how you think, and that's why you think that way. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, that's not stupid. I can respect that. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's very important that we have those conversations, Yeah, we talked about the Charlie Kirk assassination, I think, last time.
Yeah, it was pretty
and
fresh.
that's the thing that I loved about him. His philosophy was, when the talking stops, that's when violence starts. Because people stop having civil conversations about points that they disagree on. And again, going back to the phones, those things are dividing us like so much.
Accentuating the division, that's for sure.
And I think half of it, probably more, is bots. People like actually trying to do that, not real people doing it.
Maybe, quite possibly. I mean, it just seems like too much, and the algorithms lead you down further paths that feed you what you like to sell you more stuff ultimately.
Well, they want to keep you on there for longer, right?
Yeah.
So they want to keep you on there for longer, so they can give you more ads to sell you more stuff. But they keep you on there for longer, and they make you emotional and angry, and so they keep showing you the stuff that makes you angry.
I wonder if angry people buy more. Yeah, it's that. So yeah, you got the whole echo chamber. And I was talking to someone the other day about media, just the TV, the news, the so-called news. And I've noticed, I mean, it's been a long time now, but the further I remove myself from the news, that not only the happier and calmer I am, but the less divided I am, I guess, extreme version of something I might have. It seems like a lot of the media is very clickbaity, what's going to sell, and you see the worst possible examples, and it looks like that population or that whatever is the majority, when actually it's a small minority, and the rest of us are all thinking the same things.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think there's a narrative behind it. They're trying to, the news has come away from
Information.
informing you of what's happening to try and help you form an opinion.
And it probably doesn't help that I think it's 2 companies own all the news in New Zealand, and probably in most countries. Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I think it's important that, like, with the internet, like, the good thing about it is
freedom of speech is there.
like, you have the smaller media outlets and the independent podcasters and things like that, independent journalists that are on Substack and whatever the other places. They offer a different view to the narrative, and I think it's important.
Yeah, it's nice to receive information, to be informed without engendering it with a narrative.
Yep.
And we can't possibly understand half the stuff, the reasons behind half the stuff's going on. To give it a narrative is quite arrogant and naive at the same time.
Yeah. Well, like, the news has only really been around since TV was invented, right? TV and radio. So, like, our small communities, humans aren't adapted to handle the world news.
It makes sense. I mean, it really is. And I remember, I have conversations where you can have. It's nice to be able to have these kind of conversations and disagree, and to question, and to see the craziness going on in the world, but not let it change your peace of mind and your.
Because I can't do anything about Ukraine.
Yeah. We just have to live.
Yeah.
Our best lives now. Yeah.
In our community. Yeah. This is where I can affect change. Like here, this community, my church, my Dad Venture crew, like the things that I do on a daily basis, are how I can affect change. My family, number one.
And that's huge.
Myself, number one.
And that's ultimately where it all comes down to, isn't it? Yourself. And by that, the people around you change one way or another.
Yep. Yeah, you change yourself, you can change the world.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
Sounds like a good place to end it.
I think it might be.
Yeah, bro. Awesome.
Awesome as always, man.
Yeah.